I see some people say, of course Greg Hardy cheated. We knew this is the type of guy he is. How do you address those people that doubt you and say, of course you cheated?
Show me one time I've ever cheated in my life. Show me one of their favorite O-linemen or one of their favorite quarterbacks in history that I've ever cheated against. Go ask Tom Brady if I ever cheated when I sacked him. I'm not a cheater. That's not on my record. That's not on my resume. 30 years of life, not one time. Not one time have you ever stood up here and asked me a question and I lied to you. Not one time have you ever seen me stand up here and you asked me a question and I told you it wasn't my fault. I was there. I did it. It's my responsibility. I'm a grown man. That's my character.
What do you want to do now, Greg? I mean, this was a big moment. I know you're disappointed. I know it's going to take you a while to get over, but I mean, are you anxious to get another fight to go, right this wrong, or do you feel like, what do you think makes sense for Greg Hardy?
I'm a part of the machine, man. My attitude doesn't change with wins or losses. It's part of being a boss, man. Meek Mills, shout out. I'm the Prince of War. This is what I do. When the man says, let's roll, I'm rolling. I want to get back up as soon as possible. In 7 days, I'll be back in the gym. That's I mandatory take 7 days off, and then I'm going back in the gym to fix these problems. I'm going to fix my timing. I'm going to fix everything I need to fix, and I'm going to be back with bad intentions for whoever wants to step in there with me, man. Alan Crowder, please come back and let's do it again if he wants to. If not, I understand, just like I understand everybody else has their opinion about me. I am not like you. I am not like anybody else. I understand. God bless them. It's okay, man. But I'm here. I'm here to stay. And as long as Dana White will have me, as long as ESPN will have me, as long as you guys will have me, I love all of you, and I'm here to stay, man. And I am going to fix what I did wrong, and it was not intentional.
Did you have any more evolved plans for Greg Hardy that were kind of derailed after tonight?
No, I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen. We've seen glimpses of him. He looked good. Like I said, coming in tonight, I want to know if you can fight. And it's no difference between Hardy or Lipsky, who's on a 9-fight win streak and was a world champion in another organization. I want to see if you can fight. I don't really know what you can do until I see you here. I've seen you in these other places, but I want to see you here. What can you do here? And let me tell you what, love him or hate him, that dude can fight. And he took some big shots on the chin tonight, too. He's got a chin. He's athletic, stuffed a couple takedowns, got in trouble on the ground and got out of it. We saw a lot of different things from him tonight, which is what I wanted to see. And no matter who you are, when you come in here, I throw the kitchen sink at you. There's no layups here in the UFC.
You spent all week discussing how you were doing this for flyweights, yet after the fight you asked for TJ at 135. Why call him out at that weight? Why not call him out back at 125 again or another flyweight contender?
Because I gave him the opportunity. It's part of it too, is added to my legacy. I've done things, from the Olympics to defeating two of the greatest fighters of all time. I feel like now it's okay, guys. I think I have the right to say, hey, give me a shot, allow me to keep this bout at 125 pounds. You can get your rematch, but let's do it at 135 pounds. Give me a shot now. It's almost like the champ loses his juice, guys. He's gonna fight somebody. He's gonna go defend his title 135 pounds, and he's got a loss underneath me. That doesn't make any sense. Or maybe. I don't know. I'm just happy.
Cejudo, I'll give you a rematch. Come avenge your loss. You just saved the flyweights. What the hell are you trying to go to bantamweight for? There's a flyweight right here that already has a win over you. Let's do it. Let's really get this division going.
Heading into this fight, TJ was ranked 5th pound for pound, you 11th. After today's result, where do you think you belong pound for pound?
Honestly, I really don't care. And I've always been actually, I kind of don't. I was like, I'm still behind Stipe and Conor. These guys don't even have bouts. Again, that goes back to respect. That goes back to, dude, I'm one of the greatest combat athletes of all time. Ain't nobody, Daniel, and I know they get sick of hearing it. You know, ain't nobody done what I've done. You know, in my opinion, I'm the true champ. You know, but it really doesn't. The pound for pound, man. These are just all predictions. You know, unless I'm in Daniel Cormier's position, then I'll be happy. But as of now, man, I'm still striving to take his spot.
If for whatever reason they don't want to do it at flyweight, you might not want to do bantamweight. Would the thoughts you mentioned, Max Holloway at 45, is that still an
Look,
option?
man, I didn't even get to win this fight. How can I call out Max Holloway now? That was the plan.
Hasn't stopped people in the past.
Yeah, I know, but I'm a fucking martial artist. You know, I believe in being the best because you are the best, not because I can talk shit. Like, I am the best fighter. Unfortunately, I did not get to prove that. It wouldn't be right. The same way as I don't think it'd be right to not have this fight at flyweight again. You know, like, how could you watch that and just let that happen and not make it right? This is my livelihood, man. This is how I feed my family. This is what I do for the future. This is my legacy. This is my name. I've said legacy 1,000 million times now this fight camp, and it just to be ripped out of my hands. You know, like instantly standing up and asking the ref, like, what the hell? You know?
Do you think they would be willing to do the rematch at 125, or do you think the next step is likely to do it again?
I mean, if
at
the
135?
UFC wants to make that shit right, I mean, it would be different if I went and lost. Yeah, sure, just do your title fight, 35s, give you your shot, but I did not lose. You got the UFC doctors down there saying, like, man, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to do. That was early. Like, it would be different, too, if I got smoked and dropped, like, in the Cody fight. Like, I wouldn't even accept that victory from, like, as Henry Cejudo. Yeah, of course, whatever, he's going to be happy. He got the belt, he won, he's the state champion. But how could you be happy with that victory? That wasn't a victory. Like, they had a better chance of stopping the first Cody fight than that one. I got hit on the chin as hard as you can get hit. This one clipped me behind the ear. What happens when you get behind the ear? You know, it's like, man, it's frustrating. Sorry.
This was a fight where you had a purpose, right? You wanted to show the UFC that you could come back here and beat a top guy at 155. So what do you think you proved here, and what do you want next?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to let the UFC know, A, I can make the fight, I can make 55 again, I can perform at 55 again, and I'm a top contender. So I think Conor agreed. I think that's what's maybe next. So let's do it.
Yeah, he tweeted you. He said, congrats, Cowboy, after a fight like that. Yeah, I'll fight you. What do you think?
For a guy in his position, because he can pick and do what he wants. So, like I said, I'm just the pawn in the show. So you want to do it? I'm honored. But yeah, it's cool, man. I'm sure he's gonna try and get under my skin too. He's like the king at talking. It'll be fun.
You and me standing right here in the hallway at Barclays Center, you believe in your heart that your next fight will be against Conor McGregor?
No, I don't. I would like to say yes. I hope he signs it, and I hope he does, but a lot of things got to come into play, right? He's got to agree. He's got to find the date. There's a lot going on, and I want to fight soon. So we'll see. I hope he says me too and wants to go in like March or April, and we can do this, and I'm sure it'll be in Vegas at T-Mobile, and we'll sell the out. So 90% of my heart says hell yeah, but there's a little bit that says deep down, probably not.
We mentioned Conor and Cowboy, but is there any update on what Conor's deal is with Vegas, him and Khabib?
Yeah, I mean, that's still looming over our heads. That thing has to happen, and once we figure out suspensions and fines and all this other stuff, then we can start running our business again with these guys.
And is there any sort of preconceived notion of how long, if Khabib gets suspended for X, then okay, we have to make an interim belt?
No,
if it's
I'm not even. So the thing is, it's like when you talk about stuff like suspension or Colby Covington or any of this stuff, when that stuff happens, you are completely out of my mind. You're on the shelf. I don't even think about you again. I'm thinking about the guys that are actually still, can work and can do all this other stuff. So completely out of my mind. When they get their sentences and whatever happens to them, then we'll start making decisions on what the future is for those two guys.
Now you're back, you're healthy, you seem to be in good spirits right now. So what's next? I mean, do you feel like you need to make up for lost time? Are there opponents? Are there dates? Are there cards? What's the plan?
Gosh, for me, what's next? My husband fights next in Bellator, so we're getting ready for that. And then, of course, I'll be training alongside him the entire time. So it's just straight back to the gym and whatever the UFC offers me. I didn't take a single punch tonight, so that was, a huge benefit. I'm excited to get back into the gym and just go straight back to training. I was able to see a lot of my flaws in that fight and a lot of things I need to work on. Luckily, my husband's a national champion wrestler, so he's going to fix a lot of my wrestling mistakes.
And what do you make of the flyweight division? Who do you think will be getting the next shot? Because it doesn't seem like there's a clear contender right now.
No, I don't think there is a clear contender. It's a brand new division, and I feel like we need to see a lot more fights happen before we can see who is the top 5, the top 10. And it took a while for the strawweight division for that to happen. And I'm just excited. I want to see who is ranked in the top 15 right now and hopefully work my way up to a title shot. I think I have a long journey to go, but I'm going to listen to my coaches, and the UFC and whoever they offer me is going to be what I take next.